Right.
Hey, Purpose Factory community, let's talk about it. We have here today Kevin Paulin. He started a business called Winning Ways. It's a nonprofit, and I want to get familiar with him today and hear some things about Winning Ways and introduce him to our community. And hey, let's hear what he has to say. So, Kevin, welcome to the Purpose Factory. Nice to have you today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so Kevin, I want you to tell the community, who are you and what is Winning Ways?
Well, Winning Ways is a 501c3 nonprofit based out of the city of New Haven. We offer services throughout the state of Connecticut, which includes men's and women's empowerment, as well as financial literacy classes that we have been doing at local halfway houses in the city of New Haven, as well with Emerge CT. Our goal is to use lived experience and evidence-based practices to really find solutions to lower recidivism in our communities. We would like to be a resource and a support system for those that lack that to increase the rate of success. Winning Ways started back in 2016. Well, it really started in 2011. During my time of incarceration in the state of New Jersey, I received a nonprofit book on how to, well, a large book of how to start a nonprofit, which I didn't even expect. During that time, I took it as a sign to look into it. As doing my research, I came home in 2014, and during that time, I was able to secure employment at a nonprofit in New Haven. During that experience, I met a gentleman named Ben Backus, and we shared our stories, and we seen that we had so much in common. And when I proposed, or not proposed, when I shared my lifelong goal to start a nonprofit in the reentry field, he said, let's do it immediately. Later on that day, we contacted Andrew Redenti, who also thought it was an amazing idea and committed to creating and starting what we now know as Winning Ways. It's been a hell of a journey these last 5 years, but again, at this point, the fact that we're even able to offer services and create a track record of helping people has been a dream come true. And we look forward to expanding and to continue to make an impact on our community.
All right, that's good. I mean, that's really good. And you kind of segued into what I was going to ask you next, which is, why did you start the business? But you could just give us, a run back over again. Like, why was the exact reason why you started this business?
Yeah. So during my time, well, let me take a step back. When I got incarcerated, I was in college in Connecticut, but went to New Jersey during the holiday break and got incarcerated. I say that to say that, unlike a lot of my peers when I was incarcerated, I had a support system that I didn't take advantage of. I had people that was in my corner, and instead of relying to them and listening to their wisdom, I took a different route that ended me up in incarceration. So during that whole process of going to court and lawyers and bail and all this stuff, I really appreciated my family and friends that were actually there to support me. So when I went to prison, because I was out on bail, before I even went in, I said, I'm gonna change because of the support I had. But then when I went into prison, one of my first realizations was that I wasn't common, meaning most do not have a reliance support system. So when they're in these situations of incarceration and looking to change, when the first obstacle comes, they don't have that person to lean on. They don't have that person to call to encourage them. They don't have that. So they just have them and themselves and their way of life in terms of criminal activity. And they just don't have different options or resources to try something new. So I seen that for myself as an advantage, and then I seen it as a calling to be that support system to those that didn't have it or don't have it. I wanted to fill that void because I truly believe that if you have a support system, then you have a greater chance to succeed when you return home from incarceration. You can't build anything great by yourself. It just doesn't happen that way. So that was my calling. And that was my way to give back because I was blessed. A lot of people die, get killed, murdered, or go to jail for the rest of their lives. So for me to have a second chance, I said the only way I could reward that or pay that back was to pay it forward, to be the support system that I was blessed to have. So that truly was winning ways. And speaking for Ben and Andrew, they experienced the same thing in terms of their life stories and the trauma that they went through and put their family through. And during that time, their family never left them and they were able to bounce back and be better than ever. So we all had that common theme of support. So we just wanted to pay it forward to ensure that someone that we encounter can have the resources and the encouragement to win. Hence the name Winning Ways.
As we spoke before, that was real nice because and I know from our conversation prior to having this interview today, we align in so many ways. The reason why we chose to start our companies, the support system that we know that we experienced, that we wanted to build for the other community out there that don't have it, that aren't as fortunate, all those things, and the networking and the seriousness that we also put into our networking to know other like-minded people and promote them. So, going about it and becoming entrepreneurs to be able to express that idea and bring it to the forefront is something that we both align with.
Yes.
We both believe in heavily. So that also, with that being said, that we understand that entrepreneurship is not for everyone. Now, I just want to ask you one question, Kevin. What has being an entrepreneur taught you that we can share with the community? What has it taught you? There's one lesson.
Never give up.
All right.
Never give up. That's the theme. Prior to me being incarcerated, I was in school, I was doing different things, but anything I started, I didn't finish. If it was an obstacle or a roadblock, I'm like, whatever, I ain't doing that. I'm trying something else. I'm gonna do boom, 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 bang. So when I realized I wasn't finishing things or seeing things through, that's when I said, okay, I need to change that part of my life for me to be successful, because it's going to get hard. It's going to be obstacles. But if I embrace them and know they're there and they're going to help me to push me to that next level, then I embrace it now rather than run from it. So fast forward, when I really took on entrepreneurship head on, I realized that there's a million, well, maybe, I don't know if it's a million, but there's a whole lot of obstacles, you know what I mean? And
for sure.
and every day, you got to figure it out. Like, I got a good friend that has a company called Strategy, and he explained that he named the company Strategy because he doesn't know failure as an option. He just needs to figure out a strategy to accomplish what he needs to accomplish. So I relate to that so much. So for me, again, it's never giving up, seeing it through. Plan B is to keep working on plan A. There is no plan B, so never giving up. And I promise you, if you keep pushing, you will see the results you want to see. You just can never give up.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I really appreciate all the knowledge you're dropping today, Kevin. You just don't know. So, Kevin is, like I said, co-founder of Winning Ways. It is a 501c3 nonprofit. And Kevin, I want to let you have the opportunity to let the whole community know, how do we contact you to get your services, or even just, get to talk to you in any way? Just let them know, all of them, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. So our website for Winning Ways is winningwaysinc.org. That, even so we're named Winning Ways, our website is winningwaysinc.org. You could catch what we got going on, and also you could contact us through that. Our website, our email is winningwaysinc@gmail.com. We also started a podcast. The podcast is called the Falling Up Podcast. The Falling Up Podcast is you can find on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And if you just put the Falling Up Podcast, it'll pop right up. We are looking for guests, and I'm appreciative that you're going to come on our show, and I'm looking forward to that. So for anyone that wants to be a part of the show, our email is thefallinguppod@gmail.com. That's thefallinguppod@gmail.com. And for both, you could just put us in on Facebook, Google, Instagram will pop right up. The Falling Up Podcast and Winning Ways CT will pop right up on all those major platforms. So check us out. There's a contact link. I dropped the emails, but if you don't remember the emails, you'll find it on any one of our social media platforms. And anyone that wants to share their story or know somebody that wants to share their story, or people that help people overcome, we're open to getting people on and sharing their stories. So reach out. We're out. We out here.
That's right. That's right. And so that was a lot, and that's what we have to do. We have to use various ways to get our message out there. If you missed, what Kevin said about any one of his social media or his links, check the description of this video. We're going to have it all down there, so you can quickly just click on them. That's right. Check down in the description, and we'll have them all there for you. You can be able to reach out to Kevin and line up whatever you need to line up, get some help, get some advice, get some encouragement, because that's what we're all about. The Purpose Factory's here, and I always promise you to keep on promoting other small businesses, other small urban businesses, because that's what it's all about. As you rise, we reach and pull people up, and that's what we're about at the Purpose Factory. So I'm so glad to have the opportunity to be able to, promote my brother Kevin here in his business and his venture. And I'm so happy to have you here today, Kevin. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share. And as you said before, our conversations, like we hit on so many different things. It's amazing, and I appreciate you, and keep doing it. Never give up. Keep pushing. Keep pushing, because you wanted something great, man. And I'm excited to see the growth of the Purpose Factory and see all the impact you're going to make. So thank you, man.
Thank you. And you already know I'll be seeing you and promoting my time that I'll be on the Fall Up podcast coming up soon. And I'll let you know when that's going down. All right, Purpose Factory community, peace.
Peace.